Thank you so much again, Susan. One last question for you. We spent a lot of time talking about guilt, and I'm wondering, because fear seems like such a big motivator, it's like what clamps people down, and you have a great chapter in the book, Cutting Through the Fog, that deals specifically with fear and obligation and guilt. And I'm wondering if we can just, maybe if you can take us out by talking a little bit about how to get ahead of your fear, and so that it's not so crippling when it comes to taking the courageous action that you need to take when you're changing course with a blackmailer.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of our fears are old feelings that we believe that those events are still current. So we're living in the present as if it were the past. There is a wonderful parable about an elephant that they tie down with a rope to a stake. And, of course, the elephant knows he can't move. So then they take the rope off, and the elephant still doesn't move, because he believes that he's still tied down. And I think that's a marvelous metaphor for human beings. The ropes are gone. The bad stuff that you grew up with is gone. It may be still alive inside of you, but you're now an adult and you have options and choices, and you don't any longer have to be controlled by old fears. And that's what gets activated when somebody scares us. It's daddy yelling at us. It's mother criticizing us or hitting us. And we will do anything to avoid a replay of those experiences when we were hopeless, helpless, and dependent. And we're not hopeless, helpless, and dependent anymore. So remember, the ropes are gone. And I think fear of other people's anger is maybe the biggest fear. And it takes a very special kind of courage, which we all have, but don't acknowledge, and ask ourselves, what's the worst thing that can happen? You know, there's a fine book out there by Susan Jeffers called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I say, yeah, great message. Feel the fear and do it anyway. What is your fantasy of what's going to happen? What are you afraid of in reality? And if you do that kind of exploration, you'll find that the ropes, if not completely gone, will definitely loosen.